in mind the health concerns of Sonam Wangchuk as he entered the 20th day of the strike. So those, of course, are the latest details that we're picking up. Visuals.
Latest updates coming in on Sonam Wangchuk's health and him being shifted. And with that, in fact, let's take some more breaking news updates coming in. Now, the police have made a fresh statement that Sonam Wangchuk has been taken to the hospital from Jantar Mantar due to his health concerns. Visuals are also coming in from the ground where we can see him being carried to the hospital by the police. Sonam Wangchuk being taken to the hospital now. This, of course, is on the orders of the Delhi police. Activist Sonam Wangchuk, he had entered his 21st day of hunger strike today at Jantar Mantar, and due to his failing health, he's now been shifted to the hospital. There is, as you can see on your screens, heavy police deployment. Delhi police and RAF are there at the Jantar Mantar. It's a crowded situation right now. More and more protesters and supporters have gathered. Arzu is also joining us from the ground. Arzu, how's it looking like there?
Well, definitely, the protesters are now seen raising slogans, and in fact, what the protesters have alleged that the police also had a clash with the protester, and in fact, they falsely entered the Jantar Mantar in the name of doing health checkup of Sonam Wangchuk and taken him to the hospital. And in fact, the over 160 prominent citizens from various walks of life somewhere in Assam have in fact appealed to Sonam Wangchuk to end his indefinite fast, and not only in Assam but in several states. The political leaders, the actors have in fact urged to end this indefinite hunger strike that was that Sonam Wangchuk was carrying, and in fact it is being said that his health was deteriorating, and now he has been taken to hospital. Sonam Wangchuk, who has been on the hunger strike for 20 days at Delhi Jantar Mantar, has been removed from the protest site and taken to the hospital. Police landed at the protest site early morning and shifted Wangchuk to hospital amid the protest and sloganeering by the Cockroach Janata Party's people, activists who has been spearheading the protest against the Education Minister Ashutosh Pradhan. And the police action came ahead of the hearing in Delhi's High Court over the deteriorating health, and the court had 2 days ago directed authorities to conduct daily clinical health checkup on climate activist Sonam Wangchuk, observing that the life of any citizen is precious. The court ordered regular medical monitoring and necessary medical intervention. And right now we can clearly see the visuals that are coming in from the protest site Jantar Mantar, that the protesters have been gathered in large number, and in fact heavy police force deployment, multi-layer of security can be seen, whether RPF is there, and Delhi police and other jawans are also deployed to ensure the security and law and order. And also now the protesters are claiming that the police is urging them to move from the protest site. So definitely the situation is somewhere tense between the student and the police. And in fact, if we talk about the medical updates of Sonam Wangchuk, he has already lost his around 9 kg of weight. He was losing his body mass, and 20% of his body has been lost, and that's why the doctors have also raised concern and said the hunger.
Alright, viewers, there you can see Sonam Wangchuk is actually being shifted to Safdarjung Hospital amidst failing health. He is on the 21st day of his hunger strike, and remember, this is also coming just a day after he said that he'd be well, he'd stay alive till the march to the parliament in a few days, but he has now been shifted to the Safdarjung Hospital. And Arzu, I want to come back to you once again. How far is he from the hospital as of now, or how long will it take him to reach there?
Well, what we are getting to know that Sonam Wangchuk, who was on an indefinite hunger strike for the last 20 days, have taken to Safdarjung Hospital. And in fact, what the DCP has, DCP office has said that the Sonam Wangchuk has been shifted to the hospital for essential medical care as per the order of the Delhi High Court and on expert medical advice due to his deteriorating health condition. While complying with the order of the High Court, the protesters tried to create obstruction in this strike commotion and ensured, however, police took maximum restraint and undertook the exercise safely. The police have also requested the protesters at Jantar Mantar to peacefully vacate the place at the earliest. This is what the DCP said, and DCP added that the Cockroach Janata Party founder Deepti is under detention. But right now, what we are getting to know that Deepti and Saurabh Das have arrived in solidarity with these three protesters and condemned the action of Delhi police. Yes.
Right, Arzu, stay on with us. We are in fact now getting in some reports from the ground. CJP founder Abhijit Deepke has been prevented from leaving Jhandewala and returning to the protest site. This is from a CJP spokesperson, Saurabh Das, who also added that protesters were being lathi charged. Arzu, really, how much truth is there in this? We know that there is heavy surveillance at Jantar Mantar all this while that the CJP protest was going on. But really, were these supporters of Abhijit Deepke and Cockroach Janata Party, were they lathi charged? Brian is there with us. Brian, can you confirm reports of these protesters being lathi charged? Brian, can you hear me?
Preeti, am I audible?
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, Preeti, clearly, we are at the location where we are inside the Jantar Mantar. Let me show the visual also of heavy deployment of rapid action force. You could see Sonam Wangchuk was obviously here. The stage obviously has been made for him, For the last 20 days, he was seated here. And today in the morning, he was rushed by the Delhi police because obviously his health was deteriorating. We spoke to the doctor yesterday exclusively for NewsX, and the doctor shared many important updates itself. What has been going on, and importantly, you can see the it looks very chaotic here. I'm trying to justify as much as I can from my end to show the visuals also of what is taking place here. The situation is extremely intense, extremely chaotic. Now, protesters have been alleging that he was forcefully removed from the stage, whereas the doctors, the police have been alleging that he lost 9 kgs. He was weighing 56.6 kgs. He was losing muscles. He was getting more prone to get infections, and also to the fact that he would also be facing organ failures also because of the situation that was taking place. And there are also, when we are showing you, there were a few protesters who were also detained by Delhi police officials. Here I am trying to show you the visuals of what it looks like from our television screen here. And very importantly, the situation looks chaotic as what we are trying to show you from our end. And this looks very, very, very chaotic. You can see the deployment of rapid action force obviously here. And we are inside the Jantar Mantar, especially when this stage was made for him, and he was, he was on a hunger strike for 20 days. This was the start of the 21st day, when early morning he was taken by the Delhi police officials to the hospital. He has been shifted to the hospital. What the Delhi police have been saying. Not only that, yesterday Abhijit Deepke, who is the founder of the Cockroach Janata Party, have been alleging that he was attacked at the Jantar Mantar. Here inside, there was some stones that was pelted against him. So very importantly, this is what we're going to show you, the visuals also from where we are at this point of time inside Jantar Mantar.
Right, Brian, also tell me whether there are any political leaders also now there at Jantar Mantar or with or around Sonam Wangchuk and Deepke?
No, there are no.
यहाँ पर जितने स्टूडेंट थे जो वो रोक रहे थे उनसे मारपीट की गई है। मैं जब जंतर मंतर आता मेरे साथ भी पुलिस ने मारपीट करी है मुझे।
आगे क्या है?
बिना इसके लेकर के चलिए आगे जाइए। एक बार सब लोग बैठ जाओ, एक बार सब लोग बैठ जाओ।
2 मिनट के लिए सब आप छोड़ जाना, मीडिया वाले।
2 लोगों ने हाथ पकड़े, 2 लोगों ने